This is a live Channels Television event.
And all the challenges that are coming his way, yet he remained committed to see that Bauchi State is moving forward. We thank you for his life. We thank you for the life of all Bauchi State citizens. We pray that God, as we are going to continue with this program, may you usher us in with your blessing. Bless all that come, and as we have come safely, it is our heart desire that still we are going back to our respective destination, safe and sound. This is our prayer with thanksgiving in Jesus' name. Amen.
His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, our special guest. His Excellency Senator Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, CON, Kauran Bauchi, Kauran Dawlal Usmaniya. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum. His Excellency, Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, ably represented by his Deputy Governor, Barrister Abdurrahim Adebayo Lawal. His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, CFR, MNI, President General Jamaatul Nasr Islam, Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, members of the National Assembly here present, members of the Bauchi State Executive Council, members of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, former military and civilian governors of Bauchi State here present, former deputy governors of Bauchi State here present, the Emir of Bauchi, His Royal Highness Alhaji Suleiman Adamu, CFR, other royal fathers here present, the Deputy Governor of Gombe State, other traditional rulers here present. We specifically recognize the presence of the emirs of Katagum, Jama'ari, Ningi, Das, in that order. Members of the diplomatic corps here present, captains of industry, distinguished and esteemed investors from within Nigeria and abroad. Chief Ruben Okoya, CEO, Architectronic Nigeria Limited, the contractors for the Bauchi State International Conference Center, this unique edifice that our special guest will be commissioning. Members of the Nigeria media, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this very, very auspicious occasion, because we have had international conference centers across the world, and we have had one in Nigeria, in Abuja. But I'm not sure I'm aware of any international conference center of this edifice in any state capital in Nigeria. Please put your hands together for the visionary executive governor of Bauchi for this vision to build this edifice of ultra-modern serenity. Put your hands together for him once again. The Bauchi State International Conference Center, you will agree with me, stands as a landmark symbol of progress, vision, and modernity under the administration of His Excellency Senator Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, CON, Executive Governor of Bauchi State. It is strategically located in the heart of Bauchi metropolis. The center will serve as a hub for international conferences, investment forums, exhibitions, summits, and high-profile events. It is designed with world-class architectural finesse. The ICC combines elegance with functionality. It features a main auditorium with a seating capacity of more than 1,500 guests, equipped with ultra-modern sound and visual systems, simultaneous interpretation facilities, and flexible stage configurations suitable for both official and cultural events. Without much ado, it is my privilege and honor to call on the Chief of Staff to the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, Dr. Aminu Hassan Gamawa, to come and give us a brief introduction and welcome their distinguished excellencies and special guests of honor. Please put your hands together for the Chief of Staff.
No, come on.
Well, before we listen to the Chief of Staff to the Governor, I have been correctly guided to further recognize all members of the Bauchi State Traditional Council. We have already recognized His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Rilwanu Suleiman Adamu, CFR, Emir of Bauchi, Chairman, Bauchi State Council of Emirs. Please put your hands together for him. Also here is His Royal Highness Alhaji Umar Farouk II, OON, Emir of Katagum. Also here is His Royal Highness Alhaji Ahmed Suleiman, MNI, Emir of Misau. Also present is His Royal Highness Alhaji Nuhu Ahmad Wabi, MNI, Emir of Jam'ari. Also here, and welcome with appreciation, His Royal Highness Alhaji Haruna Yunusa Anyaya, Emir of Ningi. And finally, His Royal Highness Alhaji Usman Bilian Othman, Ahmad Emir of Das. We also wish to specially recognize former Head of Service of the Federation, former Secretary to the Government of Nigeria, Alhaji Muhammadu Yaeli Ahmed. Please put your hands together for these distinguished gentlemen and Royal Highnesses. Now, Dr. Aminu Hassan Gamawa, Chief of Staff to the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, will take us through a brief introduction of this edifice and also give us an address of welcome. Please put your hands together for him.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Your Excellencies, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, and Her Excellency Hajia Dr. Aisha Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, our father, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think Mohammed Kudu Abubakar has elaborately laid down the protocol, so I will adopt that. And as you can see, Bauchi is endowed with so many things, including a bright sunshine, which we are now harnessing for solar energy. So in order not to allow the sun to start disturbing you, I will try to be very brief, and the whole occasion is intended to be brief. But it is my duty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, respected dignitaries, members of the diplomatic corps, our revered traditional rulers, and the good people of Bauchi State, you are most welcome to Bauchi, the capital of Bauchi State. Today, we are gathered for a proud and historic moment, which is the commissioning of Bauchi State International Conference Center by our revered father, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR. This center stands as a symbol of transformation taking place under the visionary leadership of His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, CON, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State. To open our program, May I respectfully invite the Honorable Commissioner of Environment and Housing to deliver his welcome address. Honorable Commissioner of Environment and Housing and former Speaker of Bauchi State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Alami Kawule. Former Deputy Speaker of Bauchi State House of Assembly.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, our father, elder statesman, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bauchi, Senator Bala Abdulkadir Muhammad Kauran Bauchi, Kauran Daular Usmania, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno, Babagana Umar Zulum, all protocol duly and respectably observed. It is a great privilege to welcome you to this commissioning ceremony of the Bauchi State International Conference Center. This project reflects the governor's vision of modern Bauchi that is ready to engage with the world. It is an investment, people, opportunity, and progress. The Ministry of Environment and Housing, under His Excellency's guidance, worked with our partners to deliver a facility that embodies excellence, culture, and purpose. Your Excellencies, all invited guests, we appreciate the Governor's unwavering leadership and support of everyone who contributed to this achievement. Once again, I welcome you to this very important occasion. Assalamu alaikum.
It is now my honor to invite my boss, my mentor, and our able governor, Senator Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, who will be the one to invite His Excellency, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Please put your hands together for His Excellency, the Governor.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause to my Governor coming towards the podium. Thank you, Your Excellency. You are welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. In the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Your Excellency, the former President and the father of the nation, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, my brother, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, Deputy Governors representing their principals, that of Gombe and Oyo State, my colleague, the Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Your Royal Majesty, the Sultan of Sokoto, Your Royal Highnesses, former governors of Bauchi that are here, both military and civilian, and their deputies, my colleagues, members of the cabinet, the Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, the Chief Judge, and other members of the State House of Assembly, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. We are very grateful for this day. We are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for bringing us to this moment. Your Excellency, our father and elder statesman, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, distinguished guests, this International Conference Center stands as a proud symbol of the new Bauchi we are building, one founded on innovation, excellence, and inclusivity. It reflects our faith in what we can achieve as a people and our desire to connect Bauchi to the world. This vision was conceived years ago, not as a dream, but as a promise to our people. Today, it is my honor to invite the man who has been a constant source of inspiration, and mentorship to me and to everybody in Nigeria and on the African continent, and to leaders across the world to commission this center. We have left the name unannounced and unwritten, but after due consultation, we are naming the center after one of our icons in Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria, Sir Ahmadu Bello Sardauna of Sokoto. Please join me to welcome His Excellency, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, DCFR, to commission this very monumental edifice named after the Sardauna of Sokoto, Ahmadu Bello. Thank you. You don't have to read this their speech if you want to, but they just put something on it.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, Your Excellency, the Governor and Deputy Governors that are here to join us on this joyous occasion, Your Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished members of the state, of National Assembly, of State Assembly, and I we also want to recognize those like Alhaji Ayale, who have worked with me in the past. Governor, not too long ago, I was here. I was here to commission some roads and to see what you are doing in terms of developing Bauchi State. I was happy with what I saw and what I heard. I didn't know that it would not be too long before you will invite me again. And this is particularly unique. An international conference center named after one of the greatest Nigerians in our history, particularly in our history of achieving independence and of leading our country. Sir Ahmadu, the Sardauna of Sokoto. One will ask, and many people will probably be asking, what is International Conference Center for? In this day and age, you cannot live in isolation. You have to be part of the world. And you cannot be part of the world unless the world know about you and you know about the world. And the world will not know about you until you make the world know about you. And you will not know about the world until you make the world to open and be able to see what is the world about. It is an international conference center like this that will bring the world to us and make us also see the world as it is. Governor, let me congratulate you for this. Let me also say, from my experience, to be able to fully utilize an international conference center like this, we need a few other things to be attached to it. One will be a hotel. And you can get the private sector. Once you have an international center like this, you can have the private sector to bring a hotel nearby so that those who will come, they have a place close to the center for conferences, for exhibitions, for something like trade fair, and for almost 8 years, I have been the chair of the council, advisory council of Intra-African Trade Fair, which in 2 years from now will be brought to Nigeria, the 5th edition. The 4 previous editions have taken place in Cairo, in Durban, in Cairo again, and in Algiers this year. There's no reason why such a trade fair cannot take place here in Bauchi with this type of edifice. And what will remain, as I said, will be a hotel, more space for exhibition, and with what we have, we can show the world that, yes, we are part and parcel of the world. What others have and pride themselves about is not much than what we have. Some people don't even have half of what we have. We have a wild park game center, which can be developed and be made one of the tourist attractions in Nigeria. And those who will come will be able to stay in a hotel. They will be able to interact and have discussion, conferences in this international conference center and make Bauchi the center of attraction, the center of tourism for Nigeria. I congratulate you once again. And not only are we commissioning this, we are starting with a conference to talk about investment. And what do we need in Nigeria today? We need to mobilize investment from local and from be international. Governor, let me say this. I will go anywhere with you to get investment for Bauchi State. Thank you very much.
Maybe you should invite the Sultan and
His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Your Royal Highnesses, Emir of Bauchi, distinguished members of the National Assembly, senators, and House of Representative members, you are requested to, the Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, you are requested to join our distinguished and esteemed special guest for the commissioning of this edifice. But before the commissioning, let me very exhibit the tradition of Bauchi State and the Executive Governor of Bauchi. There is a presentation of a cow by His Excellency Executive Governor of Bauchi State to former President, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. This presentation of a cow is a tradition of His Excellency Auran Dawla Usmania, Auran Bauchi, His Excellency the Governor of Bauchi State. Similar cows have also been stationed to be presented to the Vice President, to Governor Zulum, and to the representative of Governor Makinde in that order. Now it is my pleasure to respectfully invite all special guests to follow and witness the formal commissioning of the Sir Ahmadu Bello International Conference Center, Bauchi. Please, let us all put our hands together for this special. The Chief Judge of Bauchi State, you are humbly requested to also join the entourage. Other Royal Highnesses, members of the Bauchi State Executive Council, members of the Bauchi State State Assembly, members of the National Assembly here present, you are all humbly requested to join this entourage. Even members of the diplomatic corps are invited to join this distinguished entourage to commission this edifice.
Chief Ruben. Excuse me.
Bismillah.
suna ba da shawara wani former head of state ai governors ba a ambata su ana dan sun taso
Takana mijinsa makabiya hasken fitilar mu gaba daya me san aya aikin gaskiya shi ya gyara jaha ba aki daya kaura mulki ta sakaya zaka yi kyau da rikon.
There will be a project overview by Chief Ruben Okoya, CEO Architectronic Nigeria Limited, the contractor of this edifice. He will be speaking by the side of their excellencies immediately after the commissioning. Chief Ruben Okoya, CEO, Architectronic Nigeria Limited. Please stand by to speak to your project. Thank you.
Bauchi mun gode kaura madugun aiki, Conference Center International. gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Ga maji daɗi da sarki goma sun danno. Hayya!
Daura kai ne gwanin mu kai muke yi wa shi'iri.
Kai kake mana aiki da kai muke alfahari.
Wanda ba shi da kai gwamna ya bi hanyar garari.
Makiyanka a tun fari ka saka sun yi jiri.
Baba Kaura uban su Shamsu lida na gari.
Ka fi karfin su.
Dan uban maye.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. Conference Center International ka gina. Gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. Conference Center International ka gina. Gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. Conference Center International ka gina. Gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Maliki Allah Aljabaru As-Samadu. Kai ake yi wa bauta da gaskiya a hadu. Mun fage da ma'aikinka mai yawan zuhudu. Ba mu iko na mu yunkura mu haura tudu. Mu yaban Kaura mai capacity a kudu. Gabana ne wanda ya sanya makiyansa gudu. Saki ta mai ayyuka kwari da tudu. Baba Kaura an san ka ayyuka duk Najeriya.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. Conference Center International ka gina. Gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Dan muka yi salati ga annabin sutura. Dan ma'aiki Allah ka yi odadin fikira. Duka abin da muke so Allah tsare mu jira. In akwai matsala ciki ka samu mahakura. Mu zamo ga miji masu jure ɗan hattara. Kuma da ƙarshe ka aminta har miyo nasara. Daraja ta iyalan nabiyu ka yi sutura. Har sahabbai na sa da ba su yin tabara. Sanya har ulama'u da ke wa'azi kan gaskiya.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. Conference Center International ka gina. Gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Baba Kaura a ayyuka ake ta faɗi. Dole ne fa kalangu a sa ya gyara kiɗi. Duk cikin kilishi dole za a samu baɗi. Abin da zai yi sai mu ce ka ƙara daɗi. Tunda mun gane zuma a harshe ta bi maɗi. Wanda ya zo bayan ka sai ya samu suɗi. Kai da su Kaura lalala babu haɗi. Kai ake ce Mr. Project Bala mai gaske.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. Conference Center International ka gina. Gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Kai ga yau gwamnan House ka zarce sa'a. Kai fly over don gari ana fara'a. Kai gidaje na sarakuna cikin da'a. Kasuwanninmu na zamani wajen sana'a. Kuma akan sunna kai kakan yi ba bid'a. Yau gari an shaide ka taimakon jama'a. Ka yi manyan kulta a Bauchi babu ba'a. Ayyukan ka kake makiya ka bar su suna hayaniya.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. Conference Center International ka gina. Gashi sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine na daya.
Gabna du makarantu na zamani ka gina. Zamanin ka kwarai gabna ba a yin fitina. Ga tsaro ko ta ina jiha ana magana. Yan ta'adda da ke ƙauyukan mu sun rusuna. Bauchi yau kiwon lafiya ana magana. Asibitoci birni da ƙauyuka ka gina. Bauchi ba taɓa samun ya kai ba duk gabna. Ko ina Kaura kai ake faɗi duk Najeriya.
Bauchi mun gode Kaura madugun aiki. sabo Najeriyar mu yau shine duniya.
muke yi ba ma shiri da masu raɗa tafiyar kakwarai har abu da za mu daɗa ba mu ba wasu so matawagar a haɗa daga abin da ka ce take za su je su daɗa masu san ka suke takalla kullum da faɗa mun ko aura muka sa
Please, let's get seated. Let's get seated, please. Lafiya, na gajiya madalla. Yanzu za ka tsaya a nan a sama, za ka tsaya a gefe a can, in za a yi sai ka soro ko kuma ta bayan nan haka. Za a yi sai ka tsaya wa
This event is coming to you live from Bauchi State. The International Conference Center has just been commissioned by the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. The construction of the iconic facility began in 2020 alongside the new government house. While the government house was completed and commissioned by the vice president last year, today marks the official commissioning of the International Conference Center. Today is a significant day for Bauchi as it hosts two major events: the commissioning of the ICC and the first ever Bauchi Summit, which will immediately follow. It's expected to begin any moment from now. The former president, accompanied by the governor and former governor of Borno State, serving governor of Borno State rather, Umar Zulum, and the Sultan of Sokoto and other dignitaries are here. They just accompanied the former president of Nigeria to inspect the facility. The summit is expected to be declared open by the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. He is expected in this hall any moment from now. Let's take more on the building. This impressive structure is built to accommodate up to 3,000 people. It's spread across 4 levels. The center boasts 5 modern halls, an outdoor extension, and is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities. Beyond its architectural significance, the center is also a strategic investment by the government, designed to serve as a revenue-generating hub. Is expected to host a wide range of events, conferences, and public functions.
For their faith, for their belief in us. We're a wholly local firm, completely local. We built this from scratch. And it goes to show when a governor has faith and trust in local people, things can happen. And I want to also assure you that engineers from Bauchi State, laborers from Bauchi State, professionals from Bauchi State have also worked on this facility. Let me thank once again His Excellency and of course the House of Assembly who approved the budget for this project, and my Commissioner for Housing is here somewhere. And let me reminisce a little bit. Professor Zulum will remember that in March 2021, he broke ground for this facility. Welcome again, sir. You've seen your handwork come to pass. Again, thank you very much. God bless everyone, and let's have a fantastic summit. Thank you very much.
Please put your hands together for CEO, Electronics Nigeria Limited. With very, very profound apologies, let me very warmly welcome our father, His Eminence Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, Sultan of Sokoto, President General, Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Please put your hands together for him. Let us also warmly welcome Alhaji Muhammad Indimi, Chairman, Oriental Oil. Please put your hands together for him. Once again, the theme is rebuilding a resilient economy, optimizing investment and partnership with a special focus on tourism, agriculture, and mineral resources. Please welcome to the podium Chairman of the Summit Organizing Committee, Professor Murtala Sabu Sagagi, for an address of welcome. Please put your hands together for him.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the team that inherited a country with a broken economy and fixed the economy in only 1.5 years. Thank you so much. The former president of this great nation, General Olusegun Obasanjo, GCON, we are very proud of you. You did something that has not been done in the recent past. You cleared Nigeria out of debt. Thank you, sir. All the governors invited by the governor of Bauchi State, the Sultan of Sokoto, all the members of the diplomatic corps, the investors, and all the individuals highlighted by the MC. I say to you, Assalamu alaikum. Indeed, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the first Bauchi Economic and Investment Summit holding in this great edifice today. This summit reflects the desire of the people and the government of Bauchi State to transform this state from what people are judged as agrarian state into a prosperous commercial and industrial state. Mr. President, the state has a history, very, very rich history, and diverse culture, and people who live in harmony for years. This state has been peaceful, even in the days when this region, the Northeast, was actually being negatively affected by insurgency. This state remained peaceful. And today, there are a number of studies, one of it international, that considered Bauchi State as the most peaceful state in northern Nigeria. Mr. Vice President, this summit is a reflection of the desire of the governor of Bauchi State, which he has already had over the last 6 years. We already have My Bauchi project, which is a 10-year project of development activities, projects. And in that, we have also developed a 4-year rolling plan. And we noticed that there is no way you can transform this society without private sector investments. And that's why His Excellency, in his own wisdom, after many, many conversations, decided on his own that it is time for Bauchi State to open itself to opportunities. Some of us who have been engaged to come and help in this endeavor, we have done some studies before, including some of the local universities in the state. But it was last 2 years we discovered that this state has a solution to Nigeria's agricultural problem, because in this state alone, you have 2 ingredients that are required for the production of fertilizer that is enough to produce NPK, which is much needed in this country. So these are some of the things. I'm not going to go over some of these opportunities. There is a session for it, but I'm just trying to highlight some of these areas. Mr. Vice President, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Governor of Bauchi State and the people of this great state, we welcome you to Bauchi State. And what are we going to experience in the next 2 or 3 days? We are going to experience 3 things. And I'm going to wrap up by highlighting these 3 things. 1, His Excellency wants us to interact, to know ourselves, to build relationship. Number 2, His Excellency and the people of Bauchi State, they want you to explore what Bauchi State has in terms of opportunities. There is a hall just by my left where we already have investment decks in all the key sectors of Bauchi's economy. And these decks have not been produced just offhand, no. We have conducted a scientific study that established that if you put your money there, all you need to do is start reaping of the benefits within a very short period of time. That's why we are focusing on those investment opportunities that are ready. We are going to have a presentation on that. And number 2, we want you to explore and enjoy the hospitality of the government of Bauchi State and the people of Bauchi State. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Please put your hands together for this brief but important history and the potentials of Bauchi State. Please put your hands together for Bauchi once again. It's now my honor and privilege to call on the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Investment, Bauchi State, Muhammad Salis Gamawa, to come and give us an overview of Bauchi State economic and investment potentials. Please put your hands together for Muhammad Salis Gamawa. Recognize and announce the presence of His Excellency Mohsen Antiti, the Tunisian ambassador to Nigeria. Please put your hands together for him.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Ibrahim Shettima, Your Excellency, our subnational leader, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency, the former Vice President, Her Excellency, our subnational mother, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may I have the honor to stand or to adopt the existing protocol. Your Excellency, before I give my few remarks, I would like to show Bauchi State at a glance, with your permission.
$49,000 square kilometers of rich, untapped potential, a population of over 10 million. Welcome to Bauchi State, the pearl of tourism, and the rising hub for smart investment in Nigeria's northeast. With over 49,000 square kilometers of rich, untapped potential, a population of over 10 million, and a youthful, industrious workforce, Bauchi is a land of promise, ready for partnership and prosperity. Bauchi State offers more than just breathtaking beauty, it offers opportunity. From the iconic Yankari Game Reserve and Wiki Warm Spring to its vast agricultural plains, renewable energy potential, and solid mineral deposits, Bauchi combines nature, culture, and commerce in one powerful package. Bordered by 7 states and strategically located, Bauchi is a gateway for trade, tourism, and development in northern Nigeria. Bauchi State's strengths lie in its diversity. Hospitality and tourism, anchored by Yankari Resort and Safari, Sumu Wildlife Park, and heritage festivals. The state is an ecotourism powerhouse. Agriculture, with full 2 million hectares of fertile land, Bauchi is feeding the nation with cereals, vegetables, and cash crops, supported by large irrigation networks. Livestock. One of the country's largest livestock populations thrives here, with new programs like the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones unlocking greater value chains. Natural resources. Bauchi is blessed with over 60 varieties of solid minerals, from limestone and kaolin to gold and titanium. Recent hydrocarbon discoveries and industrial partnerships are accelerating this momentum. Tech and ICT. Bauchi is embracing the digital age with smart policies, cybersecurity frameworks, and tech-savvy youth driving a bold digital economy. Investment opportunities stretch across energy, urban and rural infrastructure, and brownfield revitalization. From renewable energy to waste management, smart markets to secure housing, Bauchi is building for the future. We've analyzed local potential across 4 criteria: impact, opportunity, capability, and readiness, and identified 10 high-priority subsectors for investors: rice production, cement manufacturing, solid minerals, hospitality, ecotourism, fintech, sesame, oil and gas, groundnut, and rice processing. With Bauchi State ranked 4th in subnational ease of doing business and robust support from the state government, investors enjoy tax holidays, import duty exemptions, accelerated capital allowances, investment tax relief, concessionary land access, zero right-of-way fees. This is backed by strong political will and institutional commitment. Bauchi State's economic and oil and gas free trade zone is an engine of innovation and access. We invite all visionaries, innovators, and prospective investors to join us in exploring these untapped opportunities and build a sustainable economy in Bauchi that ensure prosperity for everyone. Bauchi State is ready. The question is, are you? Join us in unlocking the possibilities. Invest in Bauchi. Grow with Bauchi.
Thank you, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon once again, and welcome to Bauchi State, the gateway of opportunity, the heartbeat of northern Nigeria, and a rising frontier of Africa investment. Today, I stand before you to tell you a story of transformation, a story of a state turning its abundant wealth, youthful population, and reform-driven leadership into an economy of innovation, industry, and inclusion. Bauchi is not waiting for the future. Bauchi is building it. With a population of over 10 million people, 70% under the age of 35, a land area more than 49,000 square kilometers, Bauchi is one of Nigeria's largest, youngest, and most promising states. We are strategically positioned at the crossroads of Nigeria's northern trade corridors, linking Abuja, Kano, Plateau, and the Sahel region, providing access to market of over 100 million consumers within 500-kilometer radius. Under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, Bauchi has built one of the most reform-oriented business environments in Nigeria. We have digitized land administration through Bauchi Geographic Information System, established a one-stop investment center, reducing approval bottlenecks by 60%, and enacted a public-private partnership framework that safeguards investor confidence. In Bauchi, governance is not a barrier to business, it is an enabler. Agriculture remains our natural strength and global opportunity. Bauchi is blessed with over 4.2 million hectares of arable land, dams, and vast irrigation plants that makes all-year farming possible. We are the heart of northern Nigeria's agricultural economy, producing rice, maize, sesame, soybeans, groundnut, sorghum, among others at commercial scale. Our livestock population of over 5 million cattle and small ruminants positioned Bauchi to become a regional halal market and dairy hub, serving both Africa and the Middle East, where the halal market exceeds $200 billion annually. Through our irrigated food corridors and initiatives, we are scaling over 180,000 hectares of farmland under mechanization, cold chain infrastructure, and agro-processing clusters. We have ongoing collaboration with development partners to establish a fertilizer production plant and deploy advanced irrigation systems across priority basins. Bauchi has the land, the water, the livestock, the market. We now seek a partner who share our vision to transform potential into prosperity. Bauchi is open for business. Together, we can put Nigeria, South Africa, and export to the world. Beneath this fertile soil lies another powerhouse of opportunity, our mineral wealth. Bauchi is one of Nigeria's most mineralized states, with over 40 solid minerals identified and mapped. Commercially viable reserves include 500 million metric tons of limestone for cement and construction, kaolin, the third largest in Nigeria, vital for ceramics, paints, and pharmaceuticals, 22 million metric tons of barite, essential for oil and gas drilling, gold, both alluvial and primarily in Toro and Ningi local government area of the state, and deposit of gypsum, feldstar, quartz, monazite, and gypsum in strategic belts. We sit at the heart of Benue Trough, a globally recognized geological formation that placed Bauchi among the richest untapped mining territories in West Africa. Our flagship investor, the Resident Cement Limited, has commenced exploration and it's set to produce 10 million metric tons of cement annually, making Bauchi the cement capital of the North. This alone will create 15,000 jobs and put Nigeria's $20 billion construction and oil and gas market. With proximity to the proposed inland dry port, national rail and road corridors, our growing energy infrastructure, Bauchi offers unbeatable logistics for export-ready mining. We are developing a solid mineral industrial park to promote beneficiation and local value addition, discouraging raw exports. Bauchi is open for possible businesses. Bauchi is responsible and profitable in mining sector. With vast reserves, sound policies, and strong political will, this is the moment to secure first mover advantage and transform Bauchi into a regional mining and processing hub. Energy is the backbone of every modern economy, and in Bauchi, it is engine of transformation. Our electricity policy 2025-2035 charted a pathway to 1,500 megawatt of installed capacity. Half of it is renewable, with 8 to 9 hours of sunshine daily and solar irradiation exceeding 5.5 kilowatt hour per square meter. Bauchi can generate over 5 million gigawatt of solar power, enough to electrify 5 million homes, power 100,000 SMEs, irrigate 200,000 hectares of farmland, and energize our industrial parks. We are leveraging the Kolmani oil and gas basin for gas-to-power project and optimizing our dams, including Gubi and Gongola River Basin Path for small hydro generation. Our vision is clear. Partner with us to choose Bauchi's power gap and anchor industrialization. Priority opportunities include solar parks, small mini hydrite, and agro-processing and mining enablers, embedded generation, tied to gas and water resources, and renewable infrastructure for SMEs and cold chain logistics. Energy is not just a sector, it is the engine of transformation. Bauchi has the resources, the demand, and the political will. What we seek are visionary partners ready to turn this potential into profitable ventures. Together, we can make Bauchi the model of clean, inclusive, and industrial power in West Africa. The Bauchi Oil and Gas Pre-Trade Zone is strategically positioned along Kolmani Basin Corridor, bridging Nigeria's northern industrial belt with Sahel market. Designed as a fully integrated energy logistic hub, the zone will host upstream and mainstream operations, petrochemicals plant, gas processing facilities, and ancillary manufacturing cluster. With proximity to crude and gas reserve, abundant land, renewable energy potential, and strong policy incentive like tax holidays, duty exemptions, and fast-track business registration, Bauchi offers investors a first-mover advantage in Nigeria's emerging northern energy economy. The zone is not just about extraction, it's about industrial transformation, regional energy security, and export diversification under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. The digital revolution is also unfolding in Bauchi State, with over 5 million active internet users and 52% of broadband penetration. We are among Nigeria's fastest growing ICT ecosystem. The sector projected to contribute 15% to Bauchi's GDP by 2030 under our digital economy framework. The state hosts 9 tertiary institutions, graduating over 20,000 youth annually in science, engineering, and business, forming ready market talent pool for startups, digital manufacturing, and global service outsourcing. Bauchi is ready for the digital revolution. With our youth, our population, our growing infrastructure, and political stability, Bauchi can become a tech hub of the Northeast and a key player in the Africa's $180 billion digital economy seating. By investing in Bauchi's technology ecosystem, you're not only building profitable enterprises, you are creating future of jobs, innovation, and inclusive community. Urban and rural transformation is a cornerstone of our growth story. The Bauchi New City project, modern industrial layout, 25 rural corridors with solar mini-grid, access road, and market centers are in place to create balance. By investing in Bauchi, you're not just building structures, you're building communities, you're building jobs, and shaping the future of a state destined to lead in Nigeria and Africa. Your Excellencies, Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, Bauchi offers legacy. We are not asking for charity. We are asking for partnership. We are waiting for change. We are not waiting for change. We are driving it. We have the land, the minerals, the youth, and the peace, and the political will to make Bauchi next big success story of Africa. So I invite you to come to a state where opportunities are real, where leadership delivers, and where partnership thrives. Together, let us build an economy that fits the nation, power industries, and inspire continents. I thank you all.
Certainly, that is a sign of the future. Bauchi is for the youths. Even the commissioner himself is a representative. Please put your hands together for him. The next phase of speakers are going to be given goodwill messages. And it is structured this way. To lead the pack for the goodwill messages is the executive governor of Borno State. But before I call on him, let me quickly announce the following persons who will be giving goodwill messages. The Tunisian ambassador to Nigeria will speak on behalf of the representative of the diplomatic corps here present. And the Alhaji Mansour Ahmed, DG Kano Chamber of Commerce, will speak on behalf of Nigerian investors, while Mr. Zhuang Ziam from China will speak on behalf of international investors here present. Thereafter, we will have Aminu Ahmed from Tiami Rice and Dr. Abbas Waziri of the Resident Cement, who will also speak on behalf of the domestic investors. After the goodwill messages, we will have a speech by His Eminence, Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, CFR MNI, and thereafter it will be followed by a speech by our chief host in person of the executive governor of Bauchi State. And after that, of course, we will have the declarative speech by President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, here ably represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, GCON, who will declare this summit open. So without much ado, let me warmly welcome to the podium His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, Executive Governor, Borno State, who incidentally, as chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum, laid the foundation of this important edifice. So he's speaking, he has laid the foundation, and he will be the first governor, apart from His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bauchi, to speak at this edifice. Please put your hands together for him.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, my brother, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency Bala Mohammed, the Deputy Governors that are here, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, and other royal fathers that are here, Her Excellency, the First Lady of Bauchi State, Alhaji Muhammad Indemi, the Chairman, Oriental Energy Nigeria Limited, members of the National Assembly, the former Federal Secretary to the Government of the Federation, distinguished invited guests, good afternoon. I'm pleased to be here this afternoon to witness the commissioning ceremony of this International Conference Center, because I was here 2 years ago to back up the construction of this center. I want to congratulate His Excellency the Governor of Bauchi State, and indeed the people of Bauchi State, for having this very beautiful edifice. Secondly, I want to commend the organizers of this event. Why? Because such summit was never held in Bauchi State. But we are witnessing this summit here today under the leadership of the current governor of Bauchi State, and I congratulate you. The Commissioner for Commerce has said it all. All the potentials of the state has been said. While he was speaking, myself and the governor of Bauchi State were speaking, whether the keynote speaker has anything to say after he has enumerated all the potentials of Bauchi State. But nonetheless, I want to specify 3 major things that he has said. One, the agricultural potentials of Bauchi State. He said Bauchi State has about 4.5 million hectares of arable land. And Bauchi State has about 47,000 kilometers of land. Agriculture is the bedrock of any meaningful development. And therefore, I've seen many ambassadors here, ambassador for China, Turkish. I've seen the ambassador of Egypt, amongst others, that are living here. As the chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum, I want to use this opportunity on behalf of my senior brother, the governor of Bauchi State, to come to Bauchi and invest in agriculture. A lot has been said about the North, but I want to assure you that the people of the northern Nigeria in general, and in particular that of Bauchi, are hospitable. And then the potentials are there not only in agriculture, but also in the areas of mineral resources. The last but not the least is the discovery of hydrocarbons in Bauchi State. I believe the investors will have opportunities to play around on how we shall turn the fortunes of not only Nigeria, but Africa in general. Under the ease of doing business, the Commissioner has said it all, that the state government has laid a solid foundation that will enable investors to invest in a very suitable environment. On this note, once again, on behalf of the governors of the northeastern states of Nigeria, I want to welcome His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Vice President, the ambassadors in particular, and all those investors that are here to take this opportunity, to use this opportunity of this summit and to develop Bauchi State, not only Bauchi State, but Nigeria in general. Thank you very much, and may God bless all of us. I want to use this opportunity to commend, on the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo, for the great initiatives that he has been doing, or I can say he has done, during his tenure as a military administrator of Nigeria on agriculture. I can understand, I will recall with nostalgic when I was in primary school, some of the programs that he has initiated, Green Revolution among others. Again, the water pump that he has invested hugely has also brought enormous potentials to Nigeria. On this note, Your Excellency, sir, you are most welcome. And I want to use this opportunity to convey my deepest appreciation on behalf of the government and people of Borno State to you, Your Excellency, for finding time to visit Borno State and commiserate with us during the 10th September flooding in Maiduguri. Thank you, and may Almighty Allah give you long life and prosperity. Assalamu alaikum.
Please put your hands together for His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State. The representative of the diplomatic corps here present is requested to please come forward to the podium to speak on behalf of the diplomatic corps that are here. Please put your hands together for. We earlier announced the Tunisian ambassador, but he has guided us that he's yet to present his letters of credence, and he therefore declined to speak.
Good morning, everybody. Your Excellency, Kashim Shettima, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Governor of the State of Bauchi, Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, my colleagues, the members of the diplomatic corps present here, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, esteemed investors, and fellow Nigerians. On behalf of all my colleagues, diplomats, ambassadors, and others present here, it's an honor to stand before you today at the Bauchi State Economic Investment Summit. I especially want to thank the Honorable Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Abdulkader Mohammed, and all those who contributed in the organization of this very important event for their warm welcome and reception. Nigeria, with its 36 states and its geography, leaders, and people, is a great and wonderful country. I will appreciate the warm welcome we have received so far within the past 20 months since our arrival here. This was meaningful of potentials in the economic field as pure and loyal brothers. I am delighted to have the opportunity to address such a talented gathering in the name of my colleagues, a gathering of brilliant politicians. The highest authorities of Nigeria is present here, economists, diplomats, hardworking businessmen, and government staff. This is a great day for you and for us, and I am very happy to be sharing it with you. As we gather to discuss strategies for economic growth and development, I would like to highlight the significance of international partnership, particularly between Bauchi State and the different countries represented in this summit, including Tunisia. Bauchi State is endowed with enormous natural resources, industry, and market potential. It's an opportunity with this part of brotherly Nigeria to profit from this summit, to leapfrog its economy to a path of inclusive economic growth. It becomes imperative for the state to leverage on the abundant potentials it has in the fields of agriculture, livestock, mineral resources, oil and gas, renewable energy sources, and the large human capital base, among others. Tunisia, among the others, is ready to work hand in hand with the state of Bauchi and other Nigerian states in different fields and collaborate in others through its expertise. So this began, of course, during the visit held by His Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi in Tunisia in May 2025. So, there is many key areas of collaboration. In agriculture, with 4.2 million hectares of arable land, Bauchi State offers vast opportunities for agricultural investment, particularly in rice, zam, groundnuts, maize, and livestock production. In this field, Tunisia, through the expertise and studies of Dr. Amal Said and her team, is leading a revolutionized project modernizing the sector of livestock and modernizing it to the possible highest level. In the field of energy, mineral resources, tourism, Bauchi is a state that can profit from the medical tourism, not only in Tunisia, but in different parts of the Arab world and of Africa. In this prospect, I would like to inform the IGA and to be efficient in boosting its economic diplomacy activities. The Tunisian diplomacy and other embassies are ready to collaborate with Bauchi in order to move ahead dealing with its unlocking economy. This event aims to promote the relationship between Bauchi and the different leaders of economy in this country and abroad. So we should perhaps study the possibility to invest in Bauchi, because Bauchi is a link to, is a link to 7 states, making it an ideal hub for trade and commerce. It's also a secure environment where it's possible to guarantee a safe and conducive business environment for investors. Bauchi has investment-friendly policies, offering liberal tax policies, favorable tax regimes, and access to finance. And we will encourage all the countries to work tightly with the state to unlock its potential. This summit will be able to inaugurate a new era of partnership and investment opportunities, and we should profit from it for a common benefit. Thank you very much for your attention.
Your Excellency, thank you so very much. Please put your hands together for His Excellency, the Tunisian Ambassador, Mohsin Antiti. It's now my pleasure to call on the Honorable Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Abubakar Y. Suleiman Dangala Diman Ningi, to come and assure foreign investors and the diplomatic corps particularly, and all the distinguished personalities here, of the legislative backing that investors in Bauchi will have in terms of their businesses. Please put your hands together for the Speaker, House of Assembly, Bauchi State.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our working governor and other governors and representatives. Because of one and time, I would like to beg to adopt the already existing protocol, please. It gives me a great pleasure to stand before you today at this important gathering, the Bauchi State Economic and Investment Summit. This summit is not just a meeting of minds, but a clear demonstration of our collective commitment to charting a new course for economic transformation and sustainable development in our beloved state. Let me begin by commending the Executive Governor of Bauchi State and the organizing team for convening this timely and strategic summit, bringing together investors, policy experts, development partners, and key stakeholders reflects the seriousness with which this administration approaches the task of economic revitalization. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the idea behind this initiative stems from the governor's commitment to unlocking Bauchi State's investment potentials and fostering economic prosperity. Our state is endowed with substantial untapped resources, and it is time to move away from over-reliance on central government support. By diversifying our sources of revenue and investment, we can build a resilient economy that benefits all Bauchi State citizens. Your Excellency, our esteemed guests, as we all know, investments by its nature requires legal clarity and robust protection to endure and flourish. Therefore, as a Speaker and the Chief Law Officer of the state, and on behalf of the entire honorable members of the Bauchi State Assembly, I bring warm greetings and goodwill from the entire legislative arm of government. More importantly, I bring you a message of assurance. We fully recognize the critical role that a stable, transparent, and enabling legal environment plays in attracting and retaining investment. No investor wants to operate in an uncertainty, and that is where the legislature plays a vital role. Today, I want to reaffirm the readiness and unwavering willingness of the Bauchi State this noble initiative, to support this noble initiative with all the necessary legislative tools, whether through enacting new laws, amending outdated ones, or providing oversight that ensures accountability and good governance. We are fully committed to doing our part. Furthermore, these laws will provide legal certainty, protect investments, and shield them from undue risks, discrimination, exploitation, and other arbitrary and unfair treatment. They will also aim to create a stable and predictable environment that encourages capital formation and fosters international trade and development. We stand prepared to work collaboratively with the executive arm of government and all relevant stakeholders to develop a legal and institutional framework that provides ease of doing business, guarantees investor protection, and enhances public-private partnerships, all within an atmosphere of peace, security, and fairness. This summit represents a bold step in repositioning Bauchi as an investment destination of choice. And I want to assure all participants, especially our potential investors, that the House of Assembly will be a strong ally in making this vision a reality. Today, together, let us build the legal and economic foundation that will drive inclusive growth, create jobs, and secure a better future for the people of Bauchi State. I wish this summit fruitful deliberations and lasting outcomes. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for the Speaker of Bauchi State House of Assembly. Now, domestic and foreign investors. For the domestic investors, Alhaji Mansour Mohammed, Director General, Keynote Chamber of Commerce, is called upon to come to the podium and speak on their behalf. And for the foreign investor, Mr. Zhuang Zian from China should be on standby to also come and speak. Please put your hands together for the DG Keynote Chamber of Commerce, Alhaji Mansour Mohammed.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Senator Bala Abdulkader Mohammed, Executive Governor of Bauchi State, and other excellencies and royal highnesses duly observed. I am Muhammad Nazir Haliru, the Director General of Kano State Investment Promotion Agency, Can Invest, standing here to represent His Excellency Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State, who is unavoidably absent, but asked me to deliver a quick goodwill message and to also extend his greetings to the good people of Bauchi State and by extension the Executive Governor. Kano State, as we know, is a landmark or has been in history a center of commerce and as well an investment destination. This is, of course, a glad opportunity for Bauchi State to witness this very important gathering and occasion for the Investment Summit. We are happy to collaborate very closely with Bauchi State government and by extension their partners to advance investment and economic growth. I wish to also use this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency Senator Bala Abdulkader Mohammed, Kauram Bauchi, for his magnificent effort in terms of advancing Bauchi State economic agenda. And we wish to work very closely with you to advance this agenda. Thank you so much.
Please put your hands together for him. Thank you. Mr. Zhuang Zian from China will speak on behalf of the foreign investors here present. Please put your hands together for him.
Your Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Senator Bana Abdullah Kidir Mohammed, CON, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State. Your Excellency, Chief Olusegun Arimu Obasanjo, GCFR, former President of Nigeria. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to stand on the existing protocols. Good morning. Thank you for your kind invitation for us to attend the Bauchi State Economic and Investment Summit 2025. My name is Zheng Xiang. I serve as the Executive Vice President of the China General Chamber of Commerce in Nigeria. I'm also the Managing Director of CGC Nigeria Limited. It's a great honor to speak here today. First, I would like to give a brief introduction to the China General Chamber of Commerce in Nigeria. The Chamber, established in 2010 with the approval of China Ministry of Commerce, is a key organization representing Chinese companies in Nigeria. Now, with over 160 member companies, including companies in sectors like oil and gas, infrastructure, manufacturing, and telecommunications, the Chamber's function as a vital bridge for commercial cooperation between Nigeria and China through various initiatives. The major function of the Chamber includes 4 aspects. 1. Promoting trade and business, facilitating commercial exchanges between Chinese and Nigeria entities to boost bilateral trade and cooperation. 2. Expanding public relations, building a platform to enhance the public image and the visibility of Chinese companies in Nigeria. 3. Strengthening compliance, improve corporate compliance, and promoting standardized operation among Chinese companies in Nigeria. 4. Supporting talent development, fostering talent and cultural exchange to sustain the long-term growth of China-Nigeria collaboration. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I had spent over 1 decade working and living in Nigeria's northeast region. While Bauchi State is one of my most frequent visit states during my years in the region, I have observed that Bauchi State is endowed not only with abundant natural resources, industrial potential, and market opportunity, but also with a tradition of hospitality and a secure social environment. Notably, there are remarkable strides over the past 6 years in infrastructure development, governance reforms, and social stability. With those advantages, have laid a solid foundation for economic transformation, making Bauchi State an ideal investment destination. Your Excellency, the China General Chamber of Commerce pledges its full support for the initiative of the summit. We hope that more Chinese companies will invest in Bauchi State, contributing to the well-being of the people in the state, further deepening the economic cooperation and the friendship between Nigeria and China. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please put your hands together again for Mr. Zhang Zian from China. We have two more Goodwill messages, and or rather three more. After that, we will have the keynote address from Alhaji Mahmoud Yael Ahmed, CFR, Ajian Katagum, and then the address by the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, and of course, the declarative speech to open the summit. Now, let me welcome to the podium Alhaji Aminu Ahmed from Tiami Rice. After him, Mrs. Aisha Rimi, Executive Secretary, Nigeria Investment Promotion Council, will come over to speak. Please put your hands together for Aminu Ahmed, Tiami Rice, domestic investor.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Your Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Ibrahim. Your Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Aremu Obasanjo. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdelkader Mohammed. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Mr. Kashim. His Excellency Baba Gana Zulum, Professor. Your Excellency, other invited guests, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Bauchi, our father, and all other invited guests, I stand on the existing protocol. Your Excellency, our own from the domestic investors is to thank the Bauchi State Governor for giving the domestic investors the opportunity to show what we can do. Our own in Tiami Rice, we are here to appreciate what the governor did to us in allocating 10,000 hectares of land in Gamawa local government Odubu. Your Excellency, I'm happy to inform you today and other investors, we have cleared almost 90% of the 10,000 hectares, cultivated rice on 8,700 hectares today. Your Excellency, in Bauchi, we have constructed 600 metric tons capacity of rice milling per day, the single and the largest in the northern Nigeria. Your Excellency, let me use this opportunity also to thank the Management Board of Directors of Jais Bank for partnering with us, believing in us, and the financial support. As it stands today, Your Excellency, Tiami Rice have invested over 37 billion naira from the year 2000 to 2025. I call on our local investors. Tiami Rice has already taken the lead in harnessing this opportunity in Bauchi, in cultivating this land. And also to inform you, we're in partnership with Naseni in cultivating 50,000 hectares again in Toro local government of Bauchi State again. So I call on all meaningful investors to come to Bauchi State, partner with the state government, and enjoy the support from the state government. I thank you all and welcome to the event, sir. Thank you, sir.
Please put your hands together. Tiami Rice have done it. I think other domestic investors should follow. Bauchi is the destination to go as far as investment is concerned. Please put your hands together for Tiami Rice. We are now going to call on another domestic investor, and this time Dr. Abbas Waziri from Resident Cement. Okay, I'm told to change that quickly to the Executive Secretary of the Investment Promotion Council, Mrs. Aisha Rimi. Please put your hands together for her.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCO, and even though I've heard you've been renamed Ibrahim today, I'm not sure where that came from. To many people, he is known as His Excellency General Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, but to me, he's known as my daddy, Daddy Akaro Munkiyo. His Excellency Senator Bala Mohammed, CON, the effervescent governor of Bauchi State, His Excellency Professor Zulum, good afternoon, and our royal fathers here present. Like Governor Zulum, I would like to just take us back down memory lane. The NIPC, which is the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, was actually established by law in 1995. However, it was until President Obasanjo came into office in 1999 that he gave it that boost that it needed to start operations. So I would not be here today if not for the work that has gone ahead of me, and thanks to President Obasanjo. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, Salaam alaikum. It gives me great pleasure to deliver this goodwill message on behalf of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission. I commend His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed and the Bauchi State Government for convening this timely summit. It reflects visionary leadership and a strong commitment to translating Bauchi's vast potential into tangible investment outcomes. At the NIPC, which is the matriarch of investment promotion agencies, we believe that Nigeria's economic transformation begins at the subnational level. The Commission works closely with all state investment promotion agencies to strengthen their capacity, improve investor facilitation, and help each state identify and market its unique competitive advantages. Bauchi's natural endowments in agriculture, solid minerals, renewable energy, and ecotourism position it as a strategic destination for both domestic and international investors. Our mandate goes beyond promotion. As we coordinate, support, and monitor investment activities nationwide, we ensure a seamless process from interest to implementation. We also work to ensure that incentives are provided responsibly, with strong regulatory oversight to prevent abuse and to guarantee investors that deliver measurable socio-economic benefits. In recent months, the NIPC has received and facilitated numerous investments from Brazil on integrated livestock processing, Qatar with dairy production, energy from the US combining hydropower with fish farming, to high yield seed production, a trial of which is actually being conducted here in Bauchi State. In some selected states, we have a large Chinese government-supported company developing integrated agro-industrial zones, whilst the South African operation is scaling up beef production. These are powerful signals, because when Nigeria presents clear opportunities backed by government support, the world responds with confidence. These successes show what is possible when opportunity meets structure and sustained coordination. It is, however, not enough to merely showcase opportunities, as success lies in converting these opportunities into real investments, projects that create jobs, generate exports, and uplift communities. Bauchi has already demonstrated the determination to do this through improved ease of doing business reforms, and also the creation of an enabling business environment for investors. As global competition for investment intensifies, particularly under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, Nigeria must be strategic. Whilst the AFCFTA offers a continental market of over 1.4 billion people, it also means that the competition is tougher. With new global trade dynamics, including recent US tariff adjustments, Nigeria can position itself as a continental manufacturing hub by attracting industries seeking regional bases for production and export. Bauchi's plans for industrial zones, power infrastructure, and security enhancements are therefore timely and essential. Thank you. They will not only attract manufacturers, but also stimulate ancillary sectors such as logistics, construction, general services, and naturally stimulate the growth of SMEs. I also commend the state's focus on ecotourism, an often overlooked sector that offers sustainable development prospects whilst preserving natural heritage. NIPC will continue to support Bauchi State and its State Investment Promotion Agency in project preparation, investor targeting, post-investment services, and ensuring that potential leads mature into sustainable ventures. On behalf of the Commission, I wish the organizers a successful summit and meaningful deliberations that will translate into concrete partnerships and real investments. Thank you very much, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, also in the lineup of the Goodwill message, permit me at this juncture to invite to the podium the representative of the residents in the person of Ambassador Sam Walu. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome him.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the former President, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, my boss, personal boss, many years ago, Your Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, Kauran Daula Usmania, my brother, friend, and benefactor, Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, Your Eminence Sultan of Sokoto, Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness Sarkim Bauchi, distinguished eminent persons here gathered, it's a long list, and I recognize you all, members of the diplomatic corps, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This Goodwill address will have been done by the chairman of our company, Dr. Abbas Junaid Mohammed. But he has told me that his elder brother, the Sultan, is in attendance, and so he can't mount the rostrum. I hope this is not a setup for a poor young man who I might probably be the only person from the South in this gathering, but I hope I'm not breaking the protocol. We represent the resident cement company. Our company has found a home in Bauchi, thanks largely to the enthusiasm, the vision, the energy of the governor of this state. He's welcomed us from the very first day we came here in June of last year. We went to see the emir. The governor wasn't around, and as soon as he learned that we came here, he asked us to come back. Since then, he has shown tremendous commitment to our effort. We've done a lot of work here in the last 1 year. The governor, the emir, and eminent sons of this state escorted us to Diji, somewhere near Guana in our Kaleri local government, to flag off our drilling campaign. And we are happy to report that in the last 1 year, we can confirm to everybody that the story of Bauchi being a base for solid minerals in Nigeria is no fable. We have found more limestone in this state than we ever thought possible when we came the first time. Resident Cement is about to proceed from the very expensive, very time-consuming stage of exploration and drilling to the construction of our facility. And I will crave the indulgence of Your Excellencies for us to do a little bit of a demonstration of our commitment to Bauchi by presenting the check for the construction of our headquarters building on the site, the construction of our live camp, and the construction of an airstrip in Digi to Ecotech, a subsidiary of CCECC. If they are here, please, I would invite Mr. John Chow and some of the directors of the company are present to join me for this presentation. I think my chairman can climb up now and do the presentation. Presenting a check in the sum of 263 billion 648,774,077 naira. Work on this project will commence in December of this year. Thank you very much. Wish you very fruitful deliberations, and God bless you all for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's put our hands together to appreciate the resident cement company. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me at this juncture to warmly invite the royal father of the day, His Eminence, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, Sultan of Sokoto, the President General, Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. Your Excellency, Mr. President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, very ably represented by the indefatigable Vice President, we are very proud of you, His Excellency. I don't know whether he's the chairman or special guest, the former president, the cat with many lives, not 9 lives, General Olusegun Okikiolu Aremu Matthew Obasanjo, Yella on Sokoto, the former president, Federal Republic of Nigeria, former head of state, military head of state, the one and only Kauran Dawla Osmania. A lot of people don't know why you are given that title, Kaura. Let me tell you, it's because of his, let me use the words in Hausa, jajircewa, dagewa, ƙoƙari, sanin yin abin da kawata a yi ba tare da tsoro ba, babu tsoro. That is the title, Kaura. And we have seen your hand in the last 6 years in Bauchi. I would say you cap it all by this most beautiful conference center I ever have seen anywhere. I'm not saying the next 2 years you will not do much more than that, but it's a challenge for us to come back. The governor of Borno State, we're always happy to see you, to interact with you, to pray for you for your giant strides in Borno State and in Nigeria. Her Excellency, the wife of the governor of Bauchi State, I don't know why past speakers refuse to recognize you. Without you, there won't be Kaura. We need to hear her story in life. It's very fascinating. And that's why we crown her the champion of girl-child empowerment education in the Northeast. I was here in Bauchi that time when we did the crowning. All other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I greet you in the best form of greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This afternoon, this day, we have a beautiful time together as the Almighty Allah wished, and He brought us together as brothers of one big family. We're here for the Bauchi Investment Summit. I was privileged to attend Kaduna Investment Summit. I attended Kano Investment Summit. I attended Taraba Investment Summit. I attended other summits, and now I'm here in Bauchi for the Investment Summit. Why I'm saying this is to bring to our attention the many summits we have held, invited dignitaries, professionals, ambassadors, and of course, industrialists to come together and see how they can develop our communities. But I want to ask a question: how far have we gone with all this investment summit? What have we really achieved? Have we really sat down to evaluate what we have gotten from this investment summit that took place? I want to challenge the governors of the North. Now, I'm very happy some few weeks back, there was, I think, a summit in Kaduna, economic summit for the North. That was a very good paper Hayatuddin presented. And I think all governors in the North should have a copy of that. I want to challenge the governors of the North through the Northern Governors Forum to sit together and evaluate all these investment summits of the last how many, 5, 6, 7, 10 years. What have they achieved? Are there changes physically in the minds and in the posture of our people or not? What have we really done with such investment summit? Because we come tomorrow again, another state investment summit. We gather together here. We leave an excellent forum, very beautiful speeches, very big grammar, but at the end of it, what else? What are we achieving? When I hear people like Indimi here, I'm very happy because these are the industrialists of the North. They can be brought to the fore by any governor in the North. You reach out to him, he will be able to help. So I think it's a big challenge here. I want to challenge all of us to really look inwards. Because nobody, and I repeat, nobody can take us out of the woods except ourselves. We must be strong enough to face the reality of the North as leaders of the North, or our people will look us down and only God knows what will happen next. I would like to thank the governor for inviting us and dragging us here to this program. We have everything in the North, everything you can think of. You had even the commissioner for the young man that Gamawa that spoke at length. He said so much, and I think it's very interesting and very, very heartwarming to hear such things in only one area, but go around everywhere. From the Sokoto Basin down to Benue to wherever, we have a lot. What is our big problem in resolving this issue is lack of coming together with honesty, sincerity, and love of one another, and the fear of God, Almighty God. And if we do that, we don't have to care anything about anybody anywhere. The keynote speaker is somebody that I've known in my 19 years as Sultan. He was head of service of this country, of all the civil service of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was SGF, the powerhouse of the then government of Nigeria. He was Minister of Defense of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So this is somebody who has seen it all. He has seen it all. I'm glad the Bauchi State Governor has brought him to be the keynote speaker because this is an asset we should not just throw away. He's not yet too old, though he's old, but not yet too old. You can be old, but you can be, because Obasanjo is old, and he's very old. We know that. But Yali Ahmed is somebody that we really need to bring out more and more. So we listen to him and what he's going to say to us in his keynote speech. So I'm not going to prompt him or preempt him, and I believe we need to listen to him. But as traditional or as religious leaders, our support is total and unwavering and unshakable because we know whatever the governors are doing, such things are for the benefit of our people. So 100% support to all of you, to whatever you are doing. But no matter how much you plan, how much you cajole the ambassadors to come, the industrialists to come, if there is no security in your area, you can't have anything. Security is very important. But alhamdulillah, Bauchi is relatively safe because you hardly hear of terrorists, bandits, and whatever. So you can say that yes, there is peace, there is security in Bauchi State. But of course, in ensuring that terrorist kidnappers don't come near us, we have to look at the people because we need to take care of the people. What do we need to take care of the people for? Have good governance. Let anybody who is a citizen of a place and anybody who is passing through the state is safe, secure, and free to do whatever he feels he wants to do to live his life, irrespective of his religious, ethnic, or political leaning. Because that's also part of securing and anybody who feels he wants to come to Bauchi in particular, because today we're talking about Bauchi. So I want to assure all the governors anywhere they are, whenever I want to invite us for any investment summit or whatever it is, we urge you to have what I call total good governance. Total good governance for me is with the fear of Almighty Allah, because you know He will ask you what you did with the power He gave you on earth here as a leader. And that time it's only you and Him. You can now defend yourself, and He definitely will ask you. So in whatever we do, we must fear Almighty Allah, especially in the handling of the common man. Because Umar bin Khattab said, in the affairs of men or people, fear God. But in the affairs of God, fear nobody. So as long as you are doing what is right as a governor, as a local government chairman, as a president or vice president, if you feel you are doing right for the people, don't fear anybody. Fear God. But if you are working for God, fear nobody. So I would like to finally make a very passionate appeal, as I have done at any particular forum I find myself, appeal to all Nigerians, wherever they are, to love this country. We don't have any other country but this country. And I remember the late head of state then, and President Buhari, and I think let me quote him, why he said, we have no other country but Nigeria. We must stay and salvage it together. These are the words of President Buhari, head of state Buhari then, before he became democratically elected president. May Allah forgive him and grant him Al-Jannah Firdausi. And I believe that's what we should keep telling ourselves. Love this country. Pray for our leaders. Do not curse our leaders. Stop praying bad things to happen to your leader. If he goes mad, the whole country will go mad. Because when your leader is good, you get the consequences right. If he's bad, you suffer for it because he's the leader. He didn't put himself there. Almighty God, Almighty Allah put him there. So pray for our leaders, from the president to the governors at all levels, to all our governments, our chairman and everybody. And above all, pray for innocent people like us. So I thank you very much, Governor. If you are ready, Bauchi is ready. Bauchi Yakubu is ready. Very, very ready. Come and invest in Bauchi. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
For His Eminence Sultan of Sokoto, who gave us a very, very, very royal speech, royal father of the day. Indeed, it was a compassionate, comprehensive, and a speech full of guidance and wisdom. Please put your hands together once again for His Eminence Sultan of Sokoto. We now go to the keynote address. Once again, let me just remind you, the theme of this summit is rebuilding a resilient economy, optimizing investment and partnerships, with a special focus on tourism, agriculture, and mineral resources of Bauchi State. And to give this keynote address is no other person but a distinguished son of the soil, Ajian Katagum, former head of service of the Federation, former secretary to the government of the Federation. I don't think there's anybody who has combined those positions. Please put your hands together for Ajian Katagum, Alhaji Mahmoud Yael Ahmed, CFR. Put your hands together as he comes, and don't stop until he gets to the podium. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Your Excellency, Vice President Kashim Shettima, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, who is here in double capacity. First, knowing him, anything that is happening in Bauchi, he comprehensively and fully identifies with us. Secondly, is representing President Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Sir, you are welcome. The former president, former head of state, former vice president in uniform, Baba Obasanjo, Ekabusa, you are welcome. My leader and brother, Your Excellency, Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdulkadir Muhammad, with your colleague, another brother of mine, Professor Baba Gana Umar Zulum. And I think after the end of this summit, we would like to upgrade you from Baba Gana to Baba Kura, because you have to do something for us. Distinguished Excellencies, Your Eminence, Your Royal Highnesses, eminent ladies, specifically the First Lady, having been introduced, recognized by the Sultan, I join and I follow. Eminent ladies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether delivering keynote address at almost the tail end of the event cannot be a little bit modified to say it is closing note of address. Be that as it may, each time I am in Bauchi, I am reminded of something I have believed in. That leadership is not about occupying space, but about creating room for others to grow. Today's summit is a reflection of principle, a gathering that demonstrates vision, responsibility, and maturity in governance. Let me therefore commend Your Excellency the Governor for this thoughtful initiative, bringing together policymakers, investors, and citizens to discuss Bauchi's economic future is an act of foresight. Dialogue is not a weakness in leadership. It is one of the greatest strengths. I commend you. Notwithstanding the powers conferred on you as the governor, I attempted to decline your invitation because it was coming just less than 4 days ago. But knowing you, while I argued that I am not an economist, you insisted that I should come. As a professional administrative officer, I remember there is one issue that we are graded on: reliability under pressure. You have put me under pressure. I hope my reliability will not disappoint you. The Commissioner for Commerce has talked on Bauchi State, and I don't need to do that because of time. However, I would like to remind us that the global economy is navigating through turbulence. Climate change is altering how we grow food. Conflicts are reshaping trade, and technology is reducing work. These realities demand adaptability, discipline, and innovation. Nigeria, like others, faces these pressures. Yet our resilience as a people remains a defining strength. Adversity has never broken Nigerians. It has refined us. And Bauchi stands out as an example of a people who meet challenges with quiet determination and resolve. The summit, therefore, is not just about attracting investment. It is about patronizing Bauchi strategically in a rapidly changing world. I wouldn't bother you again with the economic situation in this country. Everybody knows it. However, I would like to emphasize on education, good governance, and human capital development. Because without getting this right, no investor will take us seriously. No society can rise above the quality of its people, and no people can rise above the quality of their education. Meaningful and sustained investment in education is impossible without good governance. Education requires more than classrooms and teachers. It requires vision, planning, and accountability, the hallmarks of sound governance. When governance is transparent, resources-rich schools, when it is efficient, policies endure, and when it's inclusive, every child has a chance to learn and to contribute. I remember when President Obasanjo was launching UBE in Sokoto early 1999 to 2000, and I was privileged to farmstead education then. We reminded him of UPE and the challenges thereon. So we built on what we see. Building, not really recreating things or duplicating efforts is very, very important. Massive investment in education is not merely a social duty. It is an economic strategy. It transforms potential into productivity, citizens into innovators, and youth into builders of future. The Bauchi State government's current efforts to expand access to schools, improve ICT hubs, and promote vocational training are steps in the right direction. But to sustain such momentum, governance must remain firm, fair, and forward-looking, because good governance is the backbone of lasting educational reform. In truth, education and governance are two sides of the same coin. One provides knowledge, and the other ensures that there is structure. Together, they define the strength of our human capital and the direction of our development. I would like to emphasize that we are seeing some successes in this area. Governance, when effective, becomes the invisible infrastructure beneath every success story. It may not always attract applause, but it is what sustains progress. In Bauchi, visible improvements in infrastructure, administrative processes, and transparency are steadily building investor confidence. This is the essence of leadership that views governance not as routine, but as a reform. And let me tell you, throughout President Obasanjo's 8 years, it's always reform, reform, reform. And I would like to tell this to Governor of Borno and Bauchi, that President Obasanjo, when he was doing his reform, every Wednesday, between 8 to 10, his economic team will meet, and he is the leader. Then after that, we go into Federal Executive Council, continuously ad infinitum. These are some of the things that I would want you to take up. Economic reform and renewal, I will not bother this with you, but I would like to emphasize one thing. Partnership and collaboration, development in our age is not the task of government alone. It thrives through collaboration between the public and the private sectors, between citizens and state, between local capacity and global capital. Through public-private partnership, Bauchi can attract investment in infrastructure, energy, and agriculture. Through the Nigerian state and nation, Bauchi can take advantage of it being a very viable federating unit and cooperate with the federal government. Development at a state level does not happen in isolation. In a federal structure like ours, progress depends on effective collaboration between states and the federal government. Most of the institutions that shape the investment climate, from the Central Bank and the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission to the Corporate Affairs Commission, Nigerian Communications Commission, agencies responsible for customs, immigration, and energy, are federally controlled. You cannot, therefore, do it in isolation. Therefore, Bauchi's strategy must align with national frameworks for investment promotion, ease of doing business, and public-private partnerships. This alignment gives investors the assurance that agreements reached here in Bauchi are consistent with national law and policy. The relationship between Bauchi State and the federal government has remained cordial and constructive, and it must continue to deepen as a mutually beneficial partnership built on trust, shared vision, and complementary roles. When both tiers of government move in harmony, the result is a seamless business environment, faster approvals, and predictable outcomes for investors. Here, I would also like to remind the two governors that they should take advantage of their boss, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is the chairman of the National Economic Committee, which meets periodically with all the governors. Please, is coming from Northeast. There are so many opportunities under his feet. Try and get them before you will start saying that after 2 years, I would have done that, I would have done that. We have talked to him in private and public that his main concern is to bring development to all sectors of the economy, Nigeria-wide, but more specifically, the Northeast. I would like to see a situation whereby the two governors will spearhead something like, as His Eminence said, action, 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 by immediately creating a secretariat that will drive this in, at least for the Northeast, then for Northern Nigeria altogether. If we have a model here, people will just key in, inshallah. The spirit of collaboration finds vivid expression in the Kolmani Integrated Development Project, a milestone of national and subnational partnership. The discovery and development of oil and gas in Bauchi and Gombe is more than an energy project. It is a symbol of what cooperative federalism can achieve. It brings together federal expertise, state facilitation, and private capital, all working toward a shared goal of industry growth and energy security. In the same spirit, Bauchi has taken deliberate steps to ensure that its people are not bystanders in the new energy frontier. Through the establishment of the Bauchi Oil and Gas Academy, the state is building local capacity, equipping young men and women with the technical and managerial skills required to participate meaningfully in the oil sector and the allied industries. This approach ensures that the development is inclusive and our young people are not left behind. Equally important is the need to address practical investment constraints such as multiple taxation, overlapping levies, and high right-of-way charges, which often discourage private investment, especially in telecommunications, logistics, and energy. Streamlining this process through intergovernmental coordination and will strengthen investor confidence and lower the cost of doing business. Nigeria is not standing still. It is transitioning from dependence to diversification, from consumption to production, and from potentials to performance. Bauchi's progress mirrors this transformation. The steady expansion of infrastructure, improvements in governance, the harnessing of Kolmani project, the foresight to train its youth through the Oil and Gas Academy, and the renewed attention to education, all signal to a state that is waiting for a change, but creating the change itself. If Bauchi continues on this trajectory, it will not only strengthen its economy, but serve as a model for other states. What is the take here? I made the following call to the government. I say sustain the momentum. Reform requires courage and patience, but it leaves behind a legacy of stability and growth. To our investors, both local and international, Bauchi is open, ready, and reliable. Bauchi can be trusted. The opportunities here are real. The leadership is responsive, and the people are industrious. To our citizens and youth, this is your time. Development is not something others will deliver to you. It is something that you will build, defend, and sustain. And to our partners and friends around the world and local, engage with Bauchi as equals in a partnership defined by respect, transparency, and shared successes. Resilience is not merely the ability to recover. It is the discipline to rebuild stronger, to learn, and to innovate. Let this summit be remembered not for speeches, as His Eminence said, but for actions. Decisions that will shape the next generation of entrepreneurs, farmers, investors, and leaders. I have seen Bauchi through many seasons. I have no doubt that its best season lies ahead, one defined by opportunity, inclusion, and shared prosperity. May this gathering mark the beginning of the journey, one that transforms ideas into action and potentials into progress. Before I close, let me again, I am so obsessed with the quality of structures which President Obasanjo left us. He had 7 areas of intervention which he chaired directly. Presidential initiative on this, presidential initiative on this, presidential initiative. I want to know this government's initiative on this, initiative on this. And one of his initiatives, which people argue that it shouldn't be, was tourism. He added it. And the Presidential Council on Tourism, he invited us to Obudu, Cattle Ranch. And there is anything you go and you do with President Obasanjo, you get something to take home. When we were at Calabar Airport waiting for our flight, President Obasanjo met somebody, top executive of MTN, and he said, "Oh, Dr. So-so and so, how are you doing?" The man replied, "Fine, Your Excellency." He said, with MTN dividends, how cannot it be fine? He just disarmed the man. And the second issue is when we were on top of the hill, President Obasanjo decided that we should come down through the cable car. You commissioned it. President, Chief of Staff, SGF, and me as head of service were in the same car with President Obasanjo. Oh, everybody was shaking. And I remember SGF Ekaite closed his eyes and was praying. Alhamdulillah, we reached the bottom of the gorge. We're about to come out. Then President Obasanjo said, we have to go up again. I don't want any Nigerian to say that, this Obasanjo, he just came down, he did not go up. We left Ekaite there, and Obasanjo led us up. He made sure that everything is fine. Before I conclude, sir, President Obasanjo designated Bauchi State as one of the areas for tourism. He came and slept in Yankari. And the issue that he reminded us of having a hotel is very, very important. I understand that you are going into partnership to renovate the Renda Hotel. It's just about 10 minutes from here. If you can do that, sir, this particular very important edifice will not be thirsty of people coming there. May I, with deepest sense of humility, express again my profound appreciation to Your Excellency the Governor for drafting me and in fact forcing me to come and talk. My talk is not from the economic point of view, but from the public servant point of view. I thank you all.
From the public servant's point of view, please put your hands together for a civil servant and a public servant of world repute, former head of service of the Federation, former secretary to the government of the Federation, former Minister of Defense, and of course, he is chairing his alma mater as chairman of Ahmadu Bello University Foundation. Please put your hands together for him. Responsibility and maturity in governance. He has said it all, and I think he deserves another big round of applause as he has been appreciated by the executive governors. Before we call on our elder statesman of world repute, former president, former head of state, let me very warmly call for special recognition the following governors of this beautiful, prosperous, potential state of repute, Bauchi State. We have here in our midst Major General Chris Abutu Garba. Please put your hands together for him. They say governance is a continuum. Also here is Captain Adisa Raji. Please put your hands together for him. Also here is Colonel Retired Theophilus Bamigoyi. Of course, we are in a democracy, so it is important we also recognize former civilian governors. But in our midst, we have former deputy governors. Please welcome and appreciate Alhaji Abdul Malik Mahmoud, former deputy governor to Ahmed Muazu. We also have His Excellency Architect Abdul Sule Katagum. It's now, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and honor to humbly call to the podium to speak to us on so many issues, because he is a man of many parts, and all of them he has made distinctions to them. Is it governance? Is it restructuring? Is it military structuring? Whatever it is, from Operation Fit the Nation to other schemes, some of them Alhaji Yael Ahmed has mentioned. Please welcome to the podium former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR.
Please be seated. Let me start by thanking God Almighty for a day like this. And when you have an occasion like this, it gives you hope about this country, no matter what situation we may be in. The Vice President, you remember when they were mentioning those who will speak, I was not mentioned. And you said, why should I not be mentioned? I said, look, there are those who will speak better than I can speak, including yourself. And you have seen it. His Eminence spoke a little bit like a military man and a little bit like His Eminence. All those who have spoken, I believe, as they should speak. Your Excellency, Governor Bauchi, Your Excellency, Governor Bruno, Your Excellency, First Lady of Bauchi, I thank His Eminence, recognizing you specially. My brother, and when we were together, we walked like two brothers. Alhaji Ayali, thank you very much for your keynote address. I just want to take 3 or 4 points that I want to make. 1, investment. Without investment, you cannot develop. We cannot develop. And investment summit like this must bring everybody together. And you call it partnership. I have said there are 5 P's that must go together for us to make progress. The first P is politics, governance. That P must be right. If governance is not right, then all other things will go wrong. The second P is people. We must take care of people. Living, governing, everything is all about the people. Another P is protection, security. And His Eminence mentioned that. Peace, security, stability, predictability. Nobody will come and invest when he cannot be sure that if he brings in 100, he will be able to get 120. And 10 out of that 120, he can repatriate and leave 110 to continue. Investors are hard-headed calculators, and don't underrate them. Another P is partnership. And you said that, you put that. And Alhaji Ayali mentioned that. Partnership at the local level. Partnership at the community level. Partnership at the state level. Partnership at the national level. Partnership with the private sector and the public sector. Partnership, the private sector, the public sector, the civil society. His Eminence is not here only because it's His Eminence. It's also the head of our religious group. We need partnership with the religious groups, the private sector, and then partnership between the states, partnership between Nigeria and her neighbors, partnership between Nigeria and the international community. But let me then say, if all these 5 P's are well taken care of, then there's the issue of leadership, which is leadership at all levels. And Governor Bala, that's where I doff my heart for you. And leadership is not a picnic. There are times that you have to step on toes. but it must be without malice. It must be righteous stepping on toes. Let me give 3 examples. I was worried about the situation of cement in Nigeria. And I woke up at 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Then I waited till 5 a.m. I phoned Aliko Dangote. Aliko was in Lagos, I was in Abuja. And I woke him up. I said, Aliko, what are you doing? He said, what should a gentleman be doing at 5 a.m.? He should be sleeping. I said, well, I have no apology for waking you up. Can you see me at 7 a.m.? He said, Mr. President, it's bad enough that you wake me up at 5 a.m. But for me to see you at 7 a.m. when I'm in Lagos and you are in Abuja, and the first flight is 7 a.m., it is impossible. I said, what time can you see me? He said, 9 a.m. And he came at 9 a.m. When he came, simple question. I said, Aliko, why are you importing cement and not producing cement? And he said to me, do you want an honest answer? I said, if I call you here, I want an honest answer. That's why I've called you. He said, because it's more profitable for me to import cement and sell than for me to produce cement, which is an honest answer. Then I asked him the second question. I said, what can I do to make you produce cement? He said again, you want an honest answer? I said, yes. He said, make it as profitable for me to produce cement as it is profitable for me to import cement and sell. Again, I haven't got where I was going or he was leading me. I said, how do I do that? He said, tie my importation of cement with my production of cement. My head got it. I said, you can go. I called my Minister for Industry, who also came from the private sector. I said, look, I've had this discussion with Aliko. Come and go and work it out. So Aliko then planned to produce 5 million tons of cement a year. Since we started producing cement in 1956 up to 2003, we've never produced 5 million tons. So when Aliko made that, the people in the ministry said, he's telling a lie. He wants to, he's making it up. I said, all right, let's see how his lie will work. So I put 2 people in Aliko's construction site, and they are reporting to me every day. The day Aliko, the contractor did not work, they will phone and tell me. And I will immediately phone Aliko. So one day Aliko came to me and said, Mr. President, I'm getting worried about you. I said, what have I done? He said, you know about this cement project more than myself. And it is not a government project. I'm getting worried about you. I say, hey, my brother Aliko, This is a Nigerian project. So anything Nigeria is a government project. Not only did Aliko succeed in the first 5 million, he succeeded in the second 5 million. He succeeded in the third 5 million. I started taking him out to other countries in Nigeria, in Africa. I took him to Tanzania. I took him to Senegal. That's how Aliko made it. Partnership between the private and the public. Partnership between leadership at every level. Let me tell you another one that is not Nigeria. Vietnam. Vietnam never produced coffee. They never. Then they decided to produce coffee. And within 6 years, Vietnam became the second largest producer of coffee in the world, second only to Brazil. So it can be done. When I started, after my retirement, and His Eminence said, I'm getting old. Your Eminence, you cannot jump up. I then started a program. I think I've visited a few. This was before COVID. We started a program we call Zero Hunger. Zero Hunger is one of the items on sustainable development goal. And we started going to the state and we say, look, whatever you do, take 2 or 3 items of agriculture and focus on it. You are not discouraging people in the others, and make it. Governor, here, I believe you can focus on rice. And I see that that is already going on. You can focus on tourism. We should do everything for that. So that you become, if not the leading state, you are one of the leading states in rice production. You are one of the leading states, if not the leading state, in tourism. It can be done. And take one livestock and also make that 3, but not more than 4 items. And what remains of your time, 2 years, you can still make significant progress in that area. Now, if we get it right, and there's no reason why we shouldn't get it right, the last point I want to make, the money to develop Africa is out, in, and out. But the money to develop Africa is available. What may not be easily available is the making or creating the condition that will make that money come in, stay in, and perform what we want it to perform. We have to create conducive environment for that money to be mobilized locally and for the money outside to come in and stay in and do what it needs to be done. You have started. Never you get tired. Make yourself a model for others to follow. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, he's not only the former president and the former head of state, but a living legend, a statesman of global repute. Join me with a round of applause to appreciate His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo CFR. So we learned that His Excellency, my Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Alhaji Sagir Aminu Saleh, is on our midst, and Alhaji Muhammadu Indimi, Chairman Oriental Oil, one of the leading Nigerian investors, as well as the representative of His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, ably represented by the Honorable Commissioner of Trade and Industries, Dr. Ibri Jones. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. Once again, we appreciate the wonderful presentation by His Excellency Chief Olusegun Matthew Aremu Obasanjo, GCFR. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to invite to the podium a man of a vision, courage, and boundless commitment to the progress and prosperity of Bauchi State. He is an embodiment of humility, the man with numerous traditional titles, but now one and only Kauran Daular Usmania. His Excellency, distinguished Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, Commander of the Order of Niger, the Executive Governor of Bauchi State.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, thank you. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, ably represented by His Excellency, our leader, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is a special guest of honor here. Your Excellency, the Baba of Africa, not only Nigeria, and he is even rising to become the Baba of the world. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, the father of the nation. Your Excellency, my brother, the Governor of Borno State and Chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum, a resilient, ebullient, hard-working Governor of Borno State, whom we are very proud of. Let me also recognize my dear wife, who I'm very pleased with, because the Sultan has taught me to do that. Your Royal Majesty, the Sultan of Sokoto, and other Royal Highnesses that are here, my colleagues, the Deputy Governors that are here representing their principals, the governors of Oyo, Jigawa, Yobe, and Gombe states, and other commissioners who represented other governors that are here. They are too numerous to mention. Our elder statesman, the Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, and other members of the Bauchi State House of Assembly that are here. Our elder statesman, my brother, with whom I'm always very proud of, our mentor who taught us civil service work, Alhaji Mahmoud Yaeli Ahmed, the keynote speaker, former SGL. And also one of the captains of industries that has really shown that resilience and capacity in terms of business incubation and mentoring, Alhaji Muhammad Indimi, that left what he was doing to come here just to identify with us. We are really, really very grateful. The members of the diplomatic corps, too numerous to mention, my leaders, my lord, I've just seen her, the Chief Judge of Bauchi State, my brother, the Honorable Minister of Intergovernmental that has been here, Mr. Gisalo, my colleague in FCT, and I'm happy that he has grown to become a very successful business, public servant. Distinguished invitees, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste so much time on protocol because it is a time well spent. And I know Mr. Vice President has so many contending issues, but he left them to come here, including other guests that are here. And I will not repeat what my predecessors or those who came here and spoke about investment or about Bauchi, but I just, on behalf of the people and government of Bauchi, would say that we are very grateful to the federal government and, of course, Mr. Vice President, for always making it a duty to come here and be with us. Definitely, we appreciate beyond measure, beyond your estimation, this kind of solemn identification with us. You have shown leadership, and we are grateful to you forever, and we are always with you anywhere you are. Well, not only in politics, but in everything, because you have shown me leadership and care. For Baba, there is nothing I will say. Baba put aside his international commitments because of me and to come and speak. See, I cannot say any better than what he has said about investment, about good governance, and about growth. Baba, we are always learning. I don't think you are old. You are just very, very matured. I am not disagreeing with because you say since me and the governor of Borno were talking, I said at this time, the level of comprehension and the delivery was so impeccable that we wonder where we would be at this age that you are. So you are always an enigma, and we always stand to learn from you. We are very grateful for the sacrifice you have made. Your Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, the same thing, he was in Abuja. He left everything, his comfort to come here, and led our Royal Highnesses to be here. So we are very grateful, Your Eminence, because you symbolize an institution that we respect. And you are always very frank. And you told us to do what is required of us as leaders at the subnational level. We should be honest. We should not just come jamborees and talk and talk and talk. There must be measurable and tangible achievements that will come out of whatever we are doing. We are going to do that, and I bet you at the end of the day, we will let you know what we are able to achieve by this particular conference. Other distinguished, eminent invitees, especially members of the diplomatic corps, despite the travel advisory, you left Abuja and came here. Some of you slept here. There can't be any form of identification with us more than that. You have shown ownership of what we are doing. You have shown trust and believe in us. We assure you, we know, as Baba has said, investors, they have a marvelous idea of where to go. And they can only go to where they are safe and their investments are safe. We will make your investments safer than us. We will make you more important than us. And believe me, you can trust us because we know the importance of your being here to improve the quality of lives of our people. We thank you most sincerely for coming. And indeed, all the investors. You have seen what Chairman Rice has said. Within a short period, I'm happy to give this man land. We have been giving land to people, but they hardly do anything. Look at the level of irrigation facilities, billions of naira, over 40 billion naira. And the federal government is partnering, thank you, Mr. Vice President, through Naseni, to develop another 50,000 hectares through irrigation in their own food security program. We are very grateful you have set the bar, and all of us have become farmers in Bauchi. The same thing with Alhaji Waziri Abbas, the Turaki or the Waziri, I don't know which one, His Eminence will not want me to say it because it has not been announced. But you have made us proud. Something that is not an illusion, something that is not deceptive. It is out, 200 and something billion naira already paid to the contractor, for which I was part and parcel of the discussion. Just like Baba, his own cement project is my own project, even though it is him that is doing. I was part of everything he has been doing, from looking at the side, the contractors that he will get, and so on and so forth. And even the financing, I had to go extra mile to find out, because some people told me that Babas was lying. So I said, how can he be lying when he came with all the evidences? I went back to him, and he showed me tangible evidences that he has the money and he's coming to do this in Bauchi. We are very grateful to that. There are so many investors that are here, especially our Chinese brothers. We had a twinning agreement with the province of Shandong, where we agreed to do things together. We are learning so much from them. Shandong, in terms of GDP, they are bigger than the whole African continent. But we are connected together in terms of development, exchange programs, and today they are here in Bauchi. In addition to other Chinese companies, you have seen CGC, you have seen CCACC. And indeed, when I attended one of the conferences in Tunisia, we learned so much that we don't have to go outside Africa to get quality or technology that is required to conquer our environments. They have gone so far. They have really embedded European quality control in Tunisia. And so we had a lot of MOUs signed together. And today we are going to do so much in terms of water resource management, so that all our local government will have water. Water that will be driven by solar and driven by gravity at a minimal cost. And that's what it takes to do. Even our own stair factory, we have discussed with them, they may end up coming here to assemble vehicles that will be utilized by Alhaji Abbas in his cement factory. I had once discussed with His Excellency, the Vice President, who encouraged me to take over that factory because they can assemble agricultural tractors to serve the northeast geopolitical zone. We are grateful for all these investors. There are so many investments that are coming on. The Menshan Group of China that have come to sign. We have really thrown away that template where we just give our own natural resources. We are going to be part and parcel of the cement factory. We are going to own as a state 20% in the stake of the cement factory. And another 20% for the indigenes of Bauchi, if they wish to take, were housed by the Bauchi state government. Finance Incorporated. The same thing with the Mention Group. We are owning 20% of whatever they are doing in all the solid minerals development that they are doing. And so this is the trajectory. We are not just going to be onlookers. Yes, solid minerals is under the exclusive list. Yes, we will leverage on that, but we will have special purpose vehicles and we will not show interference. What we are doing is to change the style of relationship, of partnership that Baba has described, to remove corruption and personal interests. We are not taking any percentage for ourselves. We are allowing the investors to make sure he maximizes his profit. And he should see that at least Bauchi is home where there is sincerity, where there is fidelity in terms of ease of doing business. And so I'm so happy to see this hall full. The day we plug up this facility with Governor Zulum, I didn't know we'd come that far. He was the one who did it. And I can see the support coming even from my senior colleagues, the former military administrators, they are all here. We thank you, we assure you, you have really worked very hard in Bauchi. I know what Chris Abutu Garba did and all of you. And so we will try to do so much with little resources because we have really improved our procurement process in a manner that we make sure we remove all the leakages, all the corruptive tendencies, the over-invoicing, so that we use little. People will be wondering how much we built this place. It's so cheap. We brought a local contractor from the Niger Delta to do it for us because he has seen the world. And that's why we can go anywhere. In terms of leadership recruitment, we brought young people. You have listened to the Commissioner for Commerce. This young man can go to places. He can represent me anywhere. I sent him to Algeria and he spoke like a governor. And that's where to go. We have to have that admixture of the young and the old, so that at least there will be that trust. The trust deficit will be removed. Because the millennium age people, that is the young people, they will just want to have services and infrastructure. And that is what we are doing, to make sure we make them to believers, to give them that mentoring that is required, so that at the end of the day, they can effectively take over from us. What we are doing in Bauchi is to make sure we do that. And Governor Zulum will tell you that we have an integrated development plan under his leadership as chairman of our Northeast Governors Forum, where we are deepening peer review mechanism, learning from each other. You go to all our government houses, you can see they are building government houses like my own. They learn it from me. I learned about agriculture from Governor Zulum because he's doing so much in agriculture. I learned about security from him. And in infrastructure, I learned it from Governor Pintri of Adamawa State. That is how we relate with each other. We were not just going to sit down and take tea. We were discussing, how did you do this? How did you do that? How can you help us to improve on this and that? And we thank the federal government for giving us the Northeast Development Commission, because it is giving us the required impetus for us to come together and to develop plans. There can't be anything without plan. And the M&E that we are doing, we know where we are precisely and where we want to go. And we want to assure the investors that are coming here, we know their importance, and we know that they are partners and they are more important than us, because we couldn't do what they are here to do for us. So in that context, they are even more auspicious to us than ourselves. At the end of the day, we give you all the assurances that whatever you are going to do with us, there is that fidelity, that sincerity, and that trust. And I tell you, even after I leave office, this will be continued because we have institutionalized it. Thank you very much for coming. I will now, on behalf of everybody here, have the pleasure of handing over. Anyway, the master of ceremony wouldn't want me to do the MC work, but certainly I thank you most sincerely for listening. Goodbye.
Put your hands together again for His Excellency, Executive Governor Bauchi State. Before we call on our August special guests, Let me very warmly appreciate and welcome to this event Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Mrs. Josephine Pio. She's been here much earlier. Also here is the Managing Director of First Bank PLC, Mr. Olusegun Alabiosu. He is ably represented by Alhaji Shehu Aliyu, Executive Director, Public Sector of the bank. Let us also warmly appreciate the presence of the wife of the former military governor of Bauchi State, Mrs. Zulaihat Kaliel. Please put your hands together for His Excellency, the Vice President, Distinguished Senator Kashim Shatima, GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Sit down, please. Kindly sit down.
Put your hands together for him, please.
The architect of modern Nigeria. Love him, hate him. One indisputable fact about Chief Olusegun Matthew Akikiola Aremu Obasanjo, the Balogun of Kingdom, is that he believes in the Nigeria project. That's the most beautiful attribute of the workaholic former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, my brother, Senator Bala Abdul Kader Mohammed CON Kauram Bauchi, and his amiable and very powerful wife, Her Excellency Aisha Bala Mohammed. Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, my boss, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, MNI, the Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Right Honorable Mohammed Awol Jato Madugun Katagum, and his counterparts from Oyo, Gombe, Yobe, and Plateau states. The Senator representing Bauchi Central Senatorial District, Senator Abdul Ningi, and other members of the National Assembly, both serving and former present here. And I want to wish General Chris Utugaba to appreciate and recognize all former administrators and deputy governors of Bauchi State. The Honorable Speaker, Bauchi State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Abubakar Suleiman, the Chief Judge of Bauchi State, Haji Arabi Taratu Umar, and other members of the Bauchi State Judiciary, the Honorable Minister of Special, Honorable Defania Bit Gisalo, Special Advisor to the and all the senior presidential aides here, the Executive Secretary of NIPC, Barrister Aisha Rimi, the Secretary to the Bauchi State Government, Alhaji Aminu Hamayo, and other members of the Bauchi State Executive Council, Your Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Dr. Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, CFR, MNI. Your Eminence, we celebrate you. You have been crisscrossing the nooks and crannies of this country, building bridges of fraternity and solidarity. The Emir of Bauchi and Chairman Bauchi State Council of Traditional Rulers, Alhaji Dr. Rilwanu Suleiman Adamu, and other royal fathers present here. Mai martaba zan koma da tamburan mu zuwa Borno. Zaka bani The Chairman of Oriental Energy Resources and elder statesman Alhaji Muhammad Indimi. Kauran Usmaniya, Dollar Usmaniya, ka kama shi sai ya baka investment in $250 million kafin. The Chairman of AYM Shapa, Abdul Mumini Yakubu Maishanu, the keynote speaker and former secretary to the government of the Federation, a man of many caps, former SGF, former head of service, former Minister of Defense, and Ajian Katagum, Alhaji Mahmoud Yaeli Ahmed CFR. Heads of government agencies and parastatal senior government officials, Your Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, representatives of international organizations, esteemed investors and development partners, members of the fourth asset of the realm, honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You cannot cure a disease unless you establish a diagnosis. This perhaps has been the most obvious shortfall of leadership in this part of the world. We cannot solve a problem we do not know, and neither can we sell a product that nobody needs. If one ventures to sell raincoats in the blazing heat of the Sahel during the dry season, one will understand the futility of offering solutions without context. This is why a gathering such as this is necessary. It imbibes the scrutiny that every nation or state requires to advertise its potentials and opportunities and to learn from experts and stakeholders. I am therefore honored to be a witness to this march into the future by Bauchi State. Your Excellency, thank you so much for convening this summit. While I commend the vision of our host and brother, His Excellency Senator Bala Abdelkader Mohammed, CON, for opening Bauchi State to investment, I must also share with him the promise of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The federal government treats each state as a priority beyond the fiscal glories that accrue from the increased allocations now enjoyed across the Federation. This is so because an affliction to any state slows down the pace of development in other parts of the nation. And this is a burden of federalism that we must never allow to slow us down. We must either grow together or palter apart. The theme of this summit, rebuilding a resilient economy, optimizing investment and partnerships, is both an advertisement of Bauchi State as a destination for investors and a reminder that none of us can achieve enduring economic growth in isolation. We share this belief that you cannot escape laying the bricks across all parts of the nation if you intend to build an economy that will endure for generations. This means creating a stable environment to nurture ideas. This means targeted investment. This means public-private cooperation. This means practical, bankable projects that deliver jobs, incomes, and livelihoods for our people, as rightly enunciated by the elder statesman, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who is always pregnant with ideas, who comes up with solutions to most of the challenges facing us as a nation. This is why, again, the past decision by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made was to remove those obstacles that had become termites in the timber of our progress. You cannot guarantee enduring growth and stability without having peace and development in a nation. There can never be development without peace. There can never be peace without development. And leadership is about continuum. And the leading light, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, is here to testify to this truth. He endured a fair share of obstacles and pushbacks in his efforts to introduce reforms that set the nation on the path of rediscovery and stability. We do what we do because government is a continuum, and each of us owes it to future generations and policymakers to go beyond cosmetic surgery in our transgenerational search for an economic cure. We believe that there is no profile like this more potent than a stable economic stimulus. When you cannot predict the outcome of your investment, the system cannot claim to be suitable for business. It was this threat that inspired our bold reforms to harmonize the exchange rate regime and to dismantle the fuel subsidy structure, an avenue that had become a theater for round-tripping and rent-seeking, while the privileged few converted the nation's collective patrimony into their private poverty alleviation scheme. We may spend eternity debating the theories of our inactions, but the truth remains that nobody builds a house in a tsunami. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our development plan is anchored on promises that can only be realized when we achieve stability. These include job creation, food security, value chain development, and the unlocking of subnational comparative advantages. These priorities are inherently present in Bauchi's investment offering. Vast arable land and agricultural potential, abundant solid mineral resources, huge tourism and game reserves, renewable energy prospects, and improving infrastructure and business enabling reforms. This is why the objective of this summit aligns perfectly with our obligation to translate macroeconomic recovery into tangible improvements in citizens' daily lives. The federal government remains resolute in its commitment to ensuring security across the nation, because no economy can thrive while fear replaces freedom and while insecurity undermines enterprise. We came to office promising to turn around the fortune of the country, while the debt service to revenue ratio had shot up to about 100%. This is not the mood for celebration. Yet today, we are pleased to share that we have reduced it to less than 50%. Our GDP growth rate as of last month stood at 4.23%. Our non-oil revenues grew by 411% year-on-year in the same month. Our tax to GDP ratio now stands at 13.5%, up from barely 7% a few years ago. Our debt to GDP ratio remains at 38.8%, far below the limit set by the Fiscal Responsibility Act at 60%, and those of ECOWAS and the World Bank at 70%. Our external reserves has grown to $43 billion as of September 2025. I think we deserve a cloud. Nigeria has exited its phase of economic instability. And I assure investors present here that there is no better time to choose Nigeria than now. And with its vast arable land and livestock resources, Bauchi State can advance climate-smart agriculture, commercial outgrower schemes, and agro-processing hubs linked to national and export markets. The solid mineral reserves of this rich state can also enable responsible mining and downstream industrialization through transparent tendering, geological mapping, and community benefit frameworks. Bauchi's natural assets and cultural heritage can boost tourism, hospitality, and the creative industries, while its renewable energy and gas potential can power industrial clusters through public-private partnerships and off-grid solutions. My appeal to investors and stakeholders is simple. We must understand that Bauchi's advantage is not only its resources. What the state has advertised is its commitment to reforms that reduce bureaucratic friction, including streamlined incentives. We urge prospective partners to engage with both the state and the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government to access support, scrutinize project pipelines, request data rooms, and explore blended finance structures that can make projects bankable and investment ready. Once again, I commend His Excellency, Senator Bala Mohammed Abdul Kader, Kauran Daular Usmania, and of course his dear wife. I cannot dare to not recognize you. I celebrate you. We adore you. We respect you, Your Excellency Aisha Bala Mohammed. And the beautiful team, the Bauchi team, for the decisive action to convene this summit and organize road shows across the nation to showcase investment opportunities. This is a win for all of us. I urge delegates, participants, and stakeholders to move beyond talk and commit to concrete memoranda of understanding, set timelines, and appoint joint implementation teams so that by next year, we can point to tangible project milestones. And of course, the nation is watching. I challenge you, Your Excellency, to extract that commitment from Alhaji Mohammed Indimi. He's a man of honor. He's a man of his words. And I'm absolutely certain that there will be a change in the fortune of our people if he invests $250 million in Bauchi. Once again, I want to thank the elder statesman, a living legend, the Balogun of our kingdom, for crisscrossing this country, building bridges. When I was the governor in Maiduguri, at the height of the Boko Haram, you visited Borno 5 times. We appreciate you. We adore you. And at the age of 88, he's still waxing stronger. But Your Excellency, I could jam if so. In less than 2 years, by 13th March, he will clock 89. And very soon, he will be 90. And he is still very healthy, playing squash every day. And mind you, 88 is the official age. Probably the unofficial age might be higher. On this note, I am honored and privileged to, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to formally declare the Bauchi Investment Summit 2025 open. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Put your hands together for His Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. He ably represented his principal, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After that declarative speech declaring the summit open, the Vice President is still at, and may I humbly request former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Executive Governor of Bauchi State, Executive Governor of State, and all distinguished special guests at the top seats in front of us to join the Vice President for a photo opportunity. Please put your hands together as they come over. Alhaji Mohammed Indimi should also join, Chairman Oriental All, Deputy Governor of Plateau, all the Deputy Governors here present, the former Executive Governors and Military Governors should join the photograph. Let me also warmly welcome and appreciate the presence of the MD CEO, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, represented by the Honorable Dr. Muhammad Sani Abdul, Executive Director, Loans and Mortgage Services. Let me also welcome and appreciate the MD of First Bank. He is requested to also come and join in the photograph. MD First Bank. requested to please be on standby. Immediately for the opportunity, we will have the group out, the national anthem. The photographers, please, you may have to take it all over again. Some people are just joining. Please take it all over again. Some people are just joining. Take it all over again. Thank you. National anthem. The national anthem. Let us rise for the national anthem. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's actually only the first stanza. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Even as we round off the event, we wish to appreciate the presence of the representative of the Oluwagori, Chief Edwin. Okay, I'm told there is lunch. The special guests should wait for lunch. The lunch is within the complex, and the ushers and protocol officers will guide you to the hall. On the second floor,
there is going to be a technical section after the lunch. The technical section after the lunch will take place here. Managing Director, UBA, sir, you are welcome. We appreciate your presence here. The lunch will take place at the second floor for the special guests. And after this, immediately after the lunch, there's going to be a technical session at the same venue here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Thank you very much, Your Royal Highnesses and His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto. Thank you very much for being here with us. It has been a very hectic day. Thank you. Please, after this, there's going to be a technical session here in the same venue here, where we did the opening ceremony. Thank you.
Even though we're rounding off, but let us recognize the presence of the representative of Oluwagori, Chief Edwin Oli. Chief Edwin Oli, you are welcome.